You know, some people say karma's a bitch, but me, a man of culture, I prefer Taylor's version.
We like justice, karma is a queen.
Because the karma of this insane election cycle is that Donald Trump will ultimately be brought down by the one thing he despises more than anything else: powerful women.
We have some big news to share for the Harris campaign and the Beehive. None other than Beyoncé will appear with Vice President Harris tomorrow.
Because while Sergeant Man-Titties brags about assaulting women and taking their rights away,
you can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the...
I got rid of Roe v. Wade, moral and constitutional atrocity known as Roe v. Wade. If it weren't for me with Roe v. Wade, you wouldn't even be talking about this.
The Queen Bee herself officially left the hive and set her stinger on the wannabe diaper king, sending him a searing message from women everywhere. They're done with his shit. Because in an unprecedented move with potentially massive consequences for both the presidential and senatorial elections, pop icon Beyoncé will be making a rare appearance in not only her home state, but her home city of Houston today in what many see as a major play in the ongoing effort to turn Texas blue. Now I know what you're thinking. Texas? The state that's synonymous with Dorothy's slippers because it's ruby red and every time Ted Cruz wakes up there, he clicks his heels and wishes he was back home in Cancun? Yes. Except I don't think Ted Cruz has that kind of dexterity. But based off this absolute power play from Beyoncé that we'll break down in just a moment, it is quite clear that this goes far beyond yet another pop star humiliating and pissing off Trump.
But you say it in a tweet, that's a cop-out, and I'm just like, hey, are you okay?
Are you okay? Donald Trump taking on pop icon Taylor Swift after she endorsed Kamala Harris after last week's debate. Trump not mincing words. He posted this, quote, "I hate Taylor Swift," end quote. The Harris campaign is obviously embracing the endorsement.
Here's my life hack for all of you, all the guys out there, whatever, here's my life hack. Surround yourself with smart women and listen to them and you'll do just fine. That includes my fellow cat owner, Taylor Swift. It's really great to have all of these women help us beat the smallest man in the world, Donald Trump.
Because Taylor Swift's now iconic Instagram endorsement of Harrison Walls that urged her whopping 272 million followers to vote led to Vote.org recording more than 35,000 registrations. Many of which were from young people and women, both groups that Donald Trump doesn't exactly have the best track record with.
Thursday night, you're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
And this is a man, this is an assaulter who preys on women and children alike. A serial adulterer, adjudicated rapist who was best buds with Jeffrey Epstein and brags about taking away a woman's right to choose and putting their lives at risk as cavalierly as he brags about grabbing their genitals.
Getting rid of Roe v. Wade was an incredible thing.
I'm the one that got rid of Roe v. Wade.
And what I did by killing Roe v. Wade, which everyone said was impossible. For 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it. And I'm proud to have done it.
And thankfully, as we will see, that is coming back to bite him in the ass, but not before having real and catastrophic consequences for women around the country. Because while Trump may claim everyone wanted Roe overturned and sent back to the states, that is clearly not true. As is evidenced by this heartbreaking story of a Texas woman featured in this Harris campaign ad who got a life-threatening infection when she couldn't get proper treatment after a miscarriage, and how she may now no longer be able to have children.
Her blanket.
First of all, I'm the one that got rid of Roe v. Wade.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion?
There has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form. Women will be happy, healthy, confident, and free. You will no longer be thinking about abortion. So all they talk about abortion. You will no longer be abandoned, lonely, or scared. You will no longer have anxiety. You will be protected, and I will be your protector.
That is soul-crushingly sad, but very real. And if that story doesn't make you deeply concerned and emotional, my only question is, why are you watching this video, Donald? Shouldn't you be out manhandling fries at McDonald's? But that is why it is more important than ever for powerful people, people with influence, celebrities, women, and women of color especially, to speak up. And the Queen Bee be all of them things. And while Beyoncé is not often involved in politics, she did famously sing the national anthem at President Barack Obama's inauguration. I know! I can't believe they had a presidential inauguration at a Beyoncé concert. But then again, certainly not the wildest thing to happen at the Capitol in recent memory. But today, Beyoncé will be lending her star power to another historic candidate. And in case you didn't already know, it's not the racist, misogynist one.
Because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear,
You know, this is news that a lot of people have been waiting to hear, whether or how Beyoncé might show her support for Vice President Harris. And we have learned from 3 sources our team has that Beyoncé will appear with Vice President Harris tomorrow in Houston, Texas. And the source says that Beyoncé will perform.
She's gonna perform? Holy crap, with ticket prices like those, Kamala's gonna have enough money to buy Donald Trump.
Whether or how Beyoncé might endorse her, that hasn't happened to this point directly. We do know, of course, that the vice president has been using Beyoncé's song Freedom at each of her appearances and in many of her campaign videos.
The freedom not just to get by, but get ahead. The freedom to be safe from gun violence. The freedom to make decisions about your own body.
Since the beginning of this campaign process for her. That song, of course, released back in 2016, a song with political overtones, but one that the vice president has used as her anthem, if you will, as she appears around the country. And so now to learn that Beyoncé will be on stage with Vice President Harris is something that could be a huge deal. The reality is Beyoncé has a massive following that cuts across age, gender, race, and so to have her appearing with her to ostensibly offer an endorsement is something that could resonate with a lot of people all over this country.
We choose a future where no child lives in poverty, where we can all afford health care, where no one is above the law.
And that is massive because, as he said, even if she hasn't fully endorsed Kamala yet, this performance is ostensibly that, and she could drop a more specific October surprise in an official endorsement at the rally tonight. And we've already seen similar things from Bruce Springsteen performing yesterday and Eminem introducing Obama at a pro-Harris rally. But this is also a clear signal to Beyoncé's beehive of supporters on what this election is about. It's not just about a broader freedom from tyranny and stupidity, it is about the freedom of their own bodily autonomy and reproductive rights. And look, I know, a straight white man is the last person you need talking to you about that. So why don't we give the closing argument to a powerful woman, soon to be baptized by Beyoncé's beautiful voice, and the embodiment of all the reasons why Donald Trump will have his sorry ass handed to him on November 5th.
1 in 3 women in America lives in a state with a Trump abortion ban. This includes Georgia and every state in the South except Virginia. Think about that when you also combine that with what we know has been long-standing neglect around an issue like maternal mortality. Think about that when you compound that with what has been long-standing neglect of women in communities with a lack of the adequate resources they need for health care, prenatal, during their pregnancy, postpartum. Think about that. And these hypocrites want to start talking about this is in the best interest of women and children? Well, where you been? Where you been when it comes to taking care of the women and children of America? Where you been? How dare they? How dare they?
Thank you for watching, folks. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse, and I'll see you all in the next one.